Hey gang, how we doing? Sean O'Shea, the good dog. I just gotta share something with you guys really quick. Wait, are we foggy? Are we foggy? Okay, think we're clear. Anyways, okay. There's a few things that come up over and over and over and over again, and I just want to hammer them home. It's one of those things that, me and the girls here, training and, other trainers that I know, and we're always like, how is this still going on in this day and age? How are these same issues going on? How do people not know? How do these same bad setups continue to happen? And so I'm just gonna do my part to try and get the info out there as many times as possible. If I sound like a broken record, I'm okay with that, but I need to hammer it home because I don't want to continue to see these things go down for you guys, and I don't want it to be from a lack of information or that you guys haven't heard about it or seen it. So I just jotted down a couple things really quick, right? TGD don'ts. Just don't. Just trust me. Don't say it's okay. Don't say you got to work around. Don't say you got the dog. Just these are just don'ts. They're don'ts because they're what we see dogs coming in all the time for training because they've been done and they've caused problems. So don't let dogs meet on leash. Just 1,000 times, don't let dogs meet on leash. How many dogs have we had? I wish we had a video that we could splice together, 5-second clips of all the owners sitting on the couch across from us, telling us that they let their dog meet another dog on leash and a fight ensued and their dog's been dog reactive ever since. Don't let your dogs meet on leash. It's just a recipe for disaster. Stressed out, anxious dogs that could play well in other contexts, but on leash, you're gonna have hell to pay. So let's not do that, okay? So no dogs meeting on leash. I don't care if you want your dog to have friends. That's not how he's gonna make friends. It's most likely how he's gonna make enemies, okay? So don't do it. No dogs meeting on leash. Don't let strangers pet your dog, okay? I know that there's gonna be exceptions for this. Some of you people are gonna be like, what? This is crazy. If you have, I'll make one little addendum to this. If you have that special, unique, amazingly well-balanced, good-natured dog that loves everybody in the world, then this doesn't apply to you. But everybody else who has that dog that's maybe a little uncomfortable with certain people, a little nervous with certain people, a little unsure, a little fearful, a little bit pushy, a little bit brat, whatever it might be, don't let strangers pet your dog. All it does is make your dog more dangerous, more apt to feel unprotected, more likely to bite, more likely to mistrust humans, more likely to not be socialized, because that's what everybody's trying to do is let me socialize my dog by letting people touch and meet and interact with my dog. That's not socialization. That's having people interact with your dog when your dog is most likely not wanting that interaction. That doesn't create socialization. That creates crappy outcomes. So let's not let the 99% of dogs, or maybe the percentage is less, but you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to hammer this home. Don't let nervous, insecure dogs get pet by strangers. They don't want it. It won't make them more friendly. It won't make them like people more. It'll make them like people less. So let's not do it, okay? Any of you have got the perfect dog, you're excused from this one. Everybody else, which is a whole heck of a lot of you, you're not excused. Don't let strangers pet your dog. Okay. Don't leave toys, chews, anything that might be competition creating, don't leave them around in a multi-dog home, okay? Don't leave them sitting out where you're not home or you're in another room and all of a sudden all sorts of little quiet conversations are happening between multiple dogs and they start getting tense. One starts guarding, the other says, who the hell do you think you are to be guarding that thing, and I want that thing, and next thing you know you've got a dog fight, right? And one dog fight turns into a grudge, and the grudge ripples out into an ongoing grudge that never goes away because now they hate each other because they've had tons of negative interactions with each other. So how do you easily avoid that? You don't leave things that create competition or possessive mindsets in multi-dog homes. You don't leave them sitting out. You really shouldn't even leave them sitting out in single dog homes because then the resource loses its value. That's another story. But in multi-dog homes, no, you must be crazy to leave stuff out like that. It's such an easy recipe for dogs to get into trouble with each other, and we see it all the time. So once again, It's another thing where clients are sitting across the couch and they're like, yeah, you know, we have this, or even affection, right? I didn't put affection on the list, but boy, how many times does affection in a multi-dog home with one dog and their leadership and everything's not solid, not right, and the affection starts a fight, you know, like springboards into a nice juicy fight, and you have the same thing. Anything that, so let me make this a little more juicy for you guys. Anything that can create competition or possessiveness should be watched and carefully doled out, right? Anything that's like an inanimate object should be taken and put away when it's not supervised. And even when you are supervised, you should be really careful. You might have dogs that should only like have a chew or something like that in a crate or in a separate room, because some dogs get even nasty with each other even when you're supervising, even when you're around. So let's keep it really clear. No unsupervised resources in multi-dog homes that are just a setup for a dog fight. Please do not do that. And if your affection is triggering fights, then you really got stuff going on. You've got to like overhaul your whole relationship, overhaul the structure, overhaul the leadership, overhaul everything going on, because if they're fighting over you, you got bigger fish to fry. Okay. Do not try to play kissy face or pet a nervous, freaked out, fearful, unsure dog. How many people have we had show up here where it's either been them, a member of their family, a friend, a guest, a lover, a whatever, who's tried to make friends with a dog that doesn't want to be friends with them, or is uncomfortable with them, or is unsure, insecure, freaked out, fearful, and people go to touch because their intentions are really good. I want to make friends with the dog. I want the dog to like me. I want to show him I mean no harm. I want to show him I'm a dog lover. Let me touch. The dog's giving a million different signals, whale eye, tension, this, closed mouth, all this different stuff, moving away, not coming towards you in a loose, easy fashion. And you go and touch, boom, you get stapled. Or, worse yet, the kissy face. Please don't do the kissy face. The kissy face, I once again wish that we could cut together a million different videos of owners and telling stories about people either in their family or in their lives that have been bitten on the face because people are trying, like, intentions 100% good, trying to create some kind of connection with a dog that is unsure, insecure, uncomfortable, fearful about their interaction, and they try and do it in the way that humans do it, by like showing the most intimate kind of way, like, here, I'm, you know, I want to say hi, I want to give you a kiss, something like that, and your face is like the most pressure you could apply to a dog. Like, this is the most pressure you could apply. It's not the most soothing, it's not the most vulnerable. It's the most vulnerable physically, but it's not the most vulnerable feeling for the dog. It's not the most comfortable, it's the most pressure. It's the opposite of what you want. So don't touch and don't play kissy face, for God's sake, with a dog that's uncomfortable, nervous, fearful, freaked out. Please don't do it. You're gonna get bit on the face, or you're gonna get bit on the hand, whichever one you're gonna use. Don't do it, okay? Don't let dogs work it out on their own. This is like an old school like maxim, like, let the dogs figure it out, no, work it out. You know how many people have sat across from us on the couch, that same couch that I've been talking about, and talked about, yeah, you know, there were a little tension, there was this and that, but you know, like, you know, Aunt Martha or Uncle Frank or this book we read or whatever said that we should let the dogs work it out, and they'll work it out and they'll find their hierarchy, they'll find their place in the pack. And no. That's how you create grudges, ongoing dog fights, households that have to be separated, baby gates everywhere, all that stuff. That's where that stuff comes from. That stuff comes from letting dogs work it out where there's a big vacuum gap of leadership, and they're like, cool, look what's up for grabs. All sorts of different stuff that we're gonna work out on our own. And how do they work it out? They work it out through fights, ongoing fights. So you want to have your dogs get along well, you want to have dogs that are unsure about each other be able to cohabitate, then you've got to lead and guide them, share consequences for crappy choices, make sure they know you're in charge, make sure that you make the rules, make sure you won't accept anything but their best from them. Then you got a good shot. Then you got a good shot at dogs cohabitating. Letting dogs, like tossing them in the backyard to go work it out, or letting them have tense moments in the house and working it out, recipe for disaster, grudge, ongoing fights, separate house. Don't do it. And then last but not least, this one happens so often. It's such an easy one to go down for us human beings because it hits our heart so strong. But if you've got a fearful, nervous, insecure dog, don't spoil it. Don't baby it. don't coddle it. It's the easiest, quickest, most surefire way to create a total wreck, mess, disaster, even most likely aggressive dog, right? So these fearful, insecure, freaked out dogs, they either become, with the spoiling and the babying and the coddling, like 1,000 times worse, more fearful, more insecure, more unsure, or they become possessive of the person doling that out, or they just become more aggressive and less certain in general about life because no one's leading, no one's guiding them. Only so the people in their life are only sharing soft energy, so they don't feel any sense of, I can lean on you in a positive, healthy, strong way because you're a strong presence in my life. All I have are weak humans surrounding me, so I got to protect myself. Everybody's a target, everybody's a risk, everybody, right? Rather than the human beings running the house. So don't spoil a nervous dog. It's like thousands of dogs we've seen come through here, like just a wreck because they have bad stories or made up stories, or they look sad, or they look fearful, they look insecure, and they get spoiled and they get coddled and they turn into big puddles of doggy mess, right? And it can go in bunches of different directions like I just explained, but none of them are good. The way you make a fearful, insecure, nervous dog more confident, more stable, more reliable, in a better space, more healthy, is by leading and guiding them and giving them all the stuff you hear me rattle on about all the time. Structure, rules, accountability, leadership, all that stuff. And that's how you get the best out of them, not by babying them, not by the soft stuff. Okay? So there's a little ranty rant, just a couple things we're talking about and stuff that's going on, and emails that get coming in and stuff I'm thinking about. And I'm always amazed that some of this stuff is still going on. There's no judgment on anybody. I'm just amazed that it's still going on, and I want to do my part to try and help get it gone. If this helps one person not get bitten on the face, on the nose, on the eye, you know, whatever, or bitten anywhere, if this helps one family not have to have a separate household because they didn't let the dogs work it out, if this helps one dog not be a wreck because it's been spoiled and all that stuff, man, I'm so down for it. So anyways, that's the TGD don'ts. Please don't. Take good care, be smart, a lot of information out there, wade through it, try and make sense of it, and when all else fails, watch this video. At least you'll get this stuff right. All right, you guys, you take care. See ya, bye.